not over. He will talk about my video a little bit more, a little bit, but I have to stop here. Now I
No
have to
problem.
save the cameras. I hope they're still filming in this weather.
Yeah, go get warm. Go get warm, man. All right, thank you. Thank you for the response video there, Quitem, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun to know that, now we know things that we wouldn't have known, such as the breastplate caving in with freaking rubber. Could you imagine that? That's insane. That is insane. That was really fun. I actually enjoyed that. I've got to do something like that. I don't have, like, back in Sicily when I was filming a lot years ago, when I was filming like all the Roman stuff and the samurai stuff and that sort of videos that I used to make. I had a whole team. I do have a team now, but the team that I have now are the scholars. But the team that I had in Sicily of the people that would come out with me to fight, get geared up, kitted up, audio people, cameramen, they're all, yeah, most of them stayed in Sicily, a couple moved to the north. So here where I am, I have to kind of recreate that aspect of the team because I don't have anyone to fight against. Maybe I could ask some of the guys from my wife's D&D team because they play D&D every couple of weeks. I don't because I'm too busy. Otherwise, I would have done it. But usually when they are playing, I'm doing this or I'm preparing a video, doing some research. So like I don't really feel like I have time to do like a 4, 5 hours, 6 hours of D&D like I used to when I was a teenager, I suppose. But yeah, I could ask them if they want to be kitted up and we could try. Or I imagine I know there is a HEMA club. I could ask the HEMA guys. Maybe that would be cool for a video. What do you think? Yeah, absolutely, Timothy. No problem. Thank you for joining. Tell Shad to move stateside. Oh, yeah. Be cool if Shad moved. But that would be so difficult for him. Plus, I mean, he bought land. He bought everything. I love the fact that he managed to buy land. I do own some land in the US. It's not a lot. But I have a little bit of land. But I think in the future, I would love to buy more land. I think buying land is something that it's just fun to do. It's nice to own land, and then you can build whatever you want on it. You can film, and you don't have to ask for whatever permission or anything like that. Italy can be really annoying when it comes to that. Even when I was filming stuff for in the Greek ruins that we have in Sicily, it's always a problem. It's always a problem. Like the Sicilian authorities, they will come to you. They'll tell you you're not allowed to do this. You have to pay us. I'm like, oh, what? And it's not even that I don't want to invest. It's the amount of money that they were asking. Like once I was asked by a local authority, the people that were running the archaeological site where I wanted to film some footage, and they asked me for $5,000 a day to film. $5,000 a day. And this is when my channel barely had 100,000 subs. I wasn't making that. I couldn't pay for something like that. So I told him, listen, I'm not a movie production. I'm just a YouTuber. At the time, I was a school teacher. So I said, I'm just making videos so that I can share them with my students to kind of make them enjoy, like history more. But I think there could be, I said, some benefit even from tourism. Who knows? But they were like, no, 5,000 a day or, and this is insane. I swear, this is what they told me verbatim. Pay us $5,000 a day, and you are not allowed to use high definition. So I was supposed to film in like 360, 240p. Crazy stuff. So you know what I did? I went to the site, and I spoke to the people there, and they were like, listen, if they said that, you can't film. And then I said, but there are tourists that film all the time. And they said, yeah, but they're not using a tripod. So I said, so is the tripod the problem? They're like, yeah, if you're just holding the camera, then it's like you're a tourist. I'm like, great. So I filmed it. I had the steadiest hand on the planet. I did that. So are you a millionaire? No. So I did that, and I guess not even bending the rules. It's like using the rules against them, I suppose. But yeah, that was it was insane. It depends on the site. Like when we went to the temple of Segesta, which is a gorgeous temple, I'll show you, because there are some wonderful places. Sicily, Segesta, Sicily. Let me show you. There you go. So this is the temple of Segesta in Sicily. this, and it's a gorgeous location. Also because basically you go up this set of stairs, and then once you finish the set of stairs, you're on top of this hill, and then you see the temple, which is preserved marvelously. And the background to the temple, because this is an area that is relatively far from the city, which is how ancient Greek temples were built. And that's a big difference between ancient Greek temples and Roman temples, is that Roman temples, not only usually they don't have columns all around, but they only have columns in the front sometimes with the entrances, whereas Greek temples, once again, it depends on the style, but I'm just generalizing for a moment, usually they have columns all around. But also another difference is that Roman temples were usually built within cities, whereas Greek temples often, at least in the Sicilian area, but I think it's the same in Greece, would be built outside in an area that is considered sacred, outside the town. And so this is why this temple, when you go and visit it, it's still relatively far from a town, and so you don't see anything. All around it, you don't see modern buildings, you just see forest and hills. So it really feels like a little bit of a time capsule. The only difference with period would be the fact that it would be fully painted and in color, probably bright reds and bright blues with white painted columns, maybe even red and blue columns with just white bases. It would have been in full color. But apart from that, it really is a wonderful experience if you go to Segesta. It's a single temple. It's not a temple complex like Agrigento is. I'll show you that. Agrigento is also called the Valley of Temples in Sicily. And they have, let me see, Agrigento Valley of Temples. This is the most famous one, and it's like a touristic. You start from the Temple of Hera, and then you walk all the way through all of these different temples to the different gods, and it will take you a good, like, I want to say, I haven't been in a while, but probably like a good hour, 40 minutes maybe, half an hour if you go fast, to visit all of the different locations. And then at night they are all lit up. They put like lights in the temple. So Agrigento is the place that everyone knows. Let me see if I can show you night. Yeah, look, when they're lit up at night, you can see them like this. But I think I like Segesta more, and my favorite is Selinunte, which is south of Palermo on the opposite coast in the west of Sicily. Selinunte has some absolutely gorgeous sections. And you can still see, because Selinunte is on the sea, you can still see the ancient Greek battlements for coastal defenses. And I'm talking 3,000 years old. This stuff is 3,000 years old. And it's absolutely gorgeous. If I ever, one day I'd like to buy a small little house in Selinunte just to visit, maybe when you go back to Sicily. Selinunte is such a lovely little place. Yeah. I think it is 3,000 years old. Yeah, I don't remember the exact dating, but some were jaded. People don't understand how YouTube works. I only have 3,000 subscribers and people think I get 1,000 a view. Yeah, I know. People don't have a clue. Yeah. Yeah, you need to have a lot of subscribers to make money, but it's also of course, the subscribers are usually the people that, of course, watch your videos. It's the views that get you the money. And the reason why I'm pointing what may appear to be an unnecessary specification is because a lot of channels, probably including mine, have an inflated number. So you can see, and there are channels out there that struggle even less, like even more than me. Like you will have, and Shad, for example, in Scalagrim, I'm close to 1 million. Shad is at 1.6. Skal is at 1.6. So in theory, we should be getting maybe 150 to 100,000, maybe more actually, views. At least they should, not me. I should get maybe around, 10%. You should get at least 10%. So I should be getting 90,000 views per video, and Shad and Scalagrim should be getting around 200,000 range per video, but it's not happening. And that is because oftentimes the subscribe number is an inflated number, but what really matters and makes money is the views that you generate, which is why I post daily, because that way I compensate, right? So imagine that my video caps are 50,000, but I should have made 90. So if I post another video the day after, and that gets 40,000 or 50,000, then I made 100,000 views, and I'm making good views for my channel. And then I rinse and repeat, do it 30 times in a month. I make a decent living. Decent living. I can't pronounce it. But if I were to post like 4 times a month, like some channels do, it would be impossible. I would have to go get another job. But because I post a lot, then this becomes lucrative. Yeah, no problem. Ulvent, thank you for joining the stream.